What's up, everybody? Let's discuss 5 altcoins to keep your eyes on for 2023, because it looks like some of them might go down a lot and it looks like some of them might go up a lot, and maybe both. And if you catch the timing right, you can make a very decent bag out of that. So welcome to the Fomo Factory. Thank you, 45,000 subscribers. Let's go to the 6 now. I mean, yeah, it's the next target, right? I hope you had great Christmas, by the way, with a lot of food, drugs, and rock and roll. I said food trucks, food truck festival doesn't matter. I hope you had a great Christmas. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Like the video, smash that bell notification, and let's get right into the 5 altcoins, which I think are at least very interesting to keep your eyes on for this coming year, because the bear market is taking quite long already. I'm going to show you a couple of very interesting things, but the bear market is going to stop eventually, right? And that's where we have to strike. That's not where we have to go away. And what's quite interesting when you look at that is that if we look at how people are leaving now, you can congratulate yourself that you are watching this. I mean, you are still into crypto, right? And most people are leaving it. They don't have interest anymore. If we look at the social metrics, so we turn off the price and the on-chain metrics, so we just leave the social metrics, which is the red line, you'll see that people, this is based on, how many YouTube subscribers people get, how many YouTube views, how many people follow crypto analysts on Twitter and all that. If you look at how much it came down, we went from the risk at 0.9 in November all the way to 0.2 basically right now. And just a couple of weeks ago, 2 weeks ago, we were sitting at 0.7 and we are now at 0.2. You can see this crash right here, right? It came down so much. People are giving up. It's not that it's just because the market, it's not going down, it's not going up, it's doing nothing. So people lose interest, and that's where you should stay sharp. So I hope you guys are doing that. If you are here, like the video just to congratulate yourself. So let's dive into these 5 altcoins, because crypto is not over. Of course not, right? We get these opportunities. This is every bear market, right? Bear market, opportunity, bear market, opportunity, bear market, opportunity, bear market, opportunity, bear market. All of a sudden dead right now? I don't think so. I don't think so. So these are 5 altcoins that I think are very interesting. I hold them all except for one, but the reason that I don't hold it is just because I don't like it myself, but it doesn't mean that the price chart is not interesting, right? So let's begin with the most boring one, right? And let's end with the most interesting one to build the momentum a little bit, right? So the first one, and I have it right not there in my screen, so let me go to CoinGecko first. CoinGecko. The first one that's very interesting is Ethereum. Now, why is Ethereum so interesting? Well, Ethereum is interesting because a couple of things. Bitcoin came down a lot in this bear market, and altcoins came down even more. If we look at the logarithmic regression band, you'll see that Bitcoin is sitting in this band in every bear market, right? You'll see here, right here in the green band right there. It's where Bitcoin is chilling all the time, and it's not a surprise, right? We're now here as well. We are even below it, right? But if we look at Ethereum, it's a different story. We are there in every bear market so far as well. In this bear market, 2016, in 2017 we were there, in 2019 we were there for a long time, until 2020. But if we look where we are right now, still not even touching it, right? So what could happen for Ethereum to get there? Because it would be exceptional if we don't get there, right? And it could be that this time is different, but I don't assume things to be different. Otherwise, you cannot look at charts anymore. You cannot do anything anymore. What could happen? Well, Ethereum can go down, of course. We could have a crash down. We could go have a slow bleed down. Everything is possible. But we can also go just sideways, right? Because this band is moving up. So the longer we move sideways, at a certain point, it will take around May next year to get there, right? And then we're just at the upper band. But, we will get there that way. Also, if we look how strong Ethereum is compared to Bitcoin, for example, if we look at Bitcoin, let me remove these drawings. It's very unclear. If we look at where Bitcoin is sitting right now, if I put it on the monthly chart, Bitcoin is sitting at, 2018 highs, give or take, right? If we look at Ethereum, Ethereum is also sitting at 2018 highs. So that's not a difference. The only difference is that Bitcoin is sitting way closer also against its June 19 low highs. And if you look for Ethereum, where it is, compared to that, it's not nearly there yet. And also the support levels are way different. So if we look at what the big support levels for Ethereum are on the monthly chart, well, it's basically the first one around $1,100. Right, that's where we peaked right here, and that's also a little support in this area where we are right there, right now. But if we do come down, then there is not a lot until we are around $850. And if we break that, then there, of course, there's a small support everywhere, but really, really, really big support is coming in at around $380. Will it get to $380? I don't think it's going to get that low, but I think that Ethereum has still a long way down. But remember this, because this is not me fudding crypto or whatever, or being, perma bear or anything. That's an opportunity. If that happens, I'm going to buy a ton of Ethereum, right? Because you should also know this, and I said this before, but if you realize this, then it makes you bullish. Ethereum had some insane bull runs in the past. It outperformed Bitcoin, and Bitcoin already did super well. People underestimate how good Bitcoin does in a bull market. But Ethereum had some insane runs where it went from $100 to $4,000, almost $5,000. So incredible, right? But what's the difference? We have the merge, right, this time. So when we take the merge into the next bull run, I think this is going to shock. Why do I say that? Well, first, Ethereum was always inflationary, so more tokens hitting the market, and still the price went up that much, right? Now, if enough volume comes in, Ethereum already had days where it's deflationary, right? So instead of more tokens hitting the market, we get less tokens. So what does that do to the price, right? That's already insane. Plus, if you want to use Ethereum, you have to, for example, on Uniswap, you have to pay gas fees. Well, back here, the gas fees were crazy high, like hundreds of dollars, right? It's now around $5. I can now use Ethereum. The retailer is now willing to use, Uniswap and all that, right? So even way, way, way more volume will come in, because in the last bull run and all that, I didn't want to use it, right? All the retail is going to use it now as well, right? Which will make us do a lot more Ethereum transactions, which will burn Ethereum even more. You get it? That's a great cycle. So I think Ethereum is very interesting. So if we get to, let's say, $500, great. I don't care, because I also think we go to $10,000, right? And that's even more profit. So I'm fine with that. Let's go to the next one. What's an interesting one? Here we go. The next one on my list is Cardano. Cardano. This is the one that I don't hold myself. Why? I don't. I want some, it has nothing to do with the price chart. Let me tell you that. But I want something that has a good working product and more than hype, right? I also think that Dogecoin might do well, maybe, right? Because hype is just, it is a thing, right? But I want more certainties than that. And Cardano doesn't really have a working product at the moment. It never had. So, but the price chart acts like it has, right? So in that case, I cannot ignore it, right? Cardano is very interesting. This is the Bitcoin chart, by the way, Cardano Bitcoin chart. We can also look at the dollar chart, but well, let's first take a look at the dollar chart. Look, when it comes to the dollar chart, also, by the way, it has some way down to go, right? Because we are now in the middle, if you put it on the monthly chart, in the middle of free fall. And the first support point, and that's a big support point, by the way, is around 16 cents, right? A lot comes in there. A month of resistance, another month, another month, another month, support right here, and then up, right? It looks like inevitable to me that we will get there. So if you are in Cardano right now, consider that you might temporarily at least lose 40%. But that's going to happen, in my opinion, with a lot of altcoins. And if it stays there, then you even might be lucky. If you watch my previous videos, you know why I think that altcoins are going to bleed a lot, right? But that's not necessarily against the USDT pair. It could definitely be that 16 cents is the bottom for Cardano. But just very hypothetical, if it breaks, yeah, then a very big support point comes in at around 9 cents, right? That's, in my opinion, for Cardano, dollar, the worst case scenario. So that's around 66% down. If we look at the Bitcoin chart, however, that goes down way more, because if we dare look at our target, our last target, that's around 74%. And you might feel like, that's just a 8% difference, but that difference is a lot, right? That's not 8%. That's more, if you understand that. But that's the last support for the Bitcoin pair, in my opinion, because we have some strong support levels. We are sitting on, well, not at one right now. The first big support level comes in at around 900 Satoshis, which is around also 40% down, right? So that 40% down also shows on the Bitcoin chart. And that's apart from what Bitcoin dollar could do, right? So if Bitcoin goes up, Cardano might go up against the dollar as well, but it might still come down against Bitcoin. So that's my strategy. Not buying altcoins right now, at least. Like if you buy Cardano right now, then I don't really like, but that goes for every altcoin. You're catching falling knives. Like you can buy the dip and buy the dip and buy the dip. My strategy right now, at least, is I buy Bitcoin when I think it is around its bottom, somewhere around now. And then when, not if, but when, in my opinion, altcoins crash against Bitcoin, I can buy them back with my Bitcoin. So Cardano, ADA has a long way to go down as well. But then again, it also, after that, has a long way to go up. Because yes, if we get here, it's painful. But who says we cannot go back around here, right? 10x, or even maybe here. Right, so that's a 14, 15, 16x, give or take. It is possible. It is definitely possible. So Cardano, it is an interesting chart. Next one I want to go to is over a little quick, as far as that's possible for me. The next one is Phantom. Phantom dollar. If you look at Phantom dollar, it looks like, and let me remove these drawings as well. Phantom dollar looks like, damn, dude. It's sitting at its last support, right? It's sitting at, kind of strong support right here. I don't have to draw it, right? But will it hold, right? That's the big question. So anywhere between 20 and 15 cents, give or take. Yeah, 20 and 15 cents. If we break that, then we can go, well, all the way to 12, 13 cents. But if we break that, yeah, then it's a free fall all the way to around 4 or 5 cents, right? So for Phantom, it is very important to hold this right now. Will we? Right? I don't know. I have no idea what's going to happen. All I know, it's important, right? If we look at the Phantom Bitcoin chart, also a very interesting chart, because if we look at that, yeah, there are also a lot of big support levels, but it's a lot lower. We have one, right? Around, and I think this matches up with that 15 cents, give or take. Yeah, 20% down. But if we break that, yeah, then we come in at around here, and I will measure it out for you in a second. And yeah, oh my God, it's not looking very good for Phantom, to be completely honest, if we break these levels. So I hope we don't. So the big support levels for Phantom is 1, 20% from here, 2, 54, give or take, percent from here, 3, 75% from here, and the last one, 90% from here. you know, it doesn't always get to the last support level, but these are just the big support levels, right? However, it is very interesting for Phantom. They have a lot of runway. I believe in the project. They have the money to pay their employees and all that for like 30 years. So I don't see it die in this bear market. So if we go up from where we are right now to the first big support level, that's a 4x, right? If we go to the all-time high, it's more than a 6x. But if we go from the lowest point, for example, let's say we get to that lowest point and we go also up after that, look at that. That's an 80x give or take. Like Phantom has something that I feel like, okay, yeah, this could do definitely very interesting things. So I'm keeping my eyes on that. The second one, that's not true. The one and last one. My English is whatever. Another one is Falcon Forge. Falcon Forge is also, let me put it on the weekly right here for you guys. Pretty interesting. If we look at the dollar value, it came all the way from around $50. It's now sitting at not even $3. What's interesting about this chart is that it's still it didn't really make lower lows from the June lows. A lot of altcoins did. So Falcon Forge is being strong, and that's not for no reason. They keep on building. They are working on their blockchain. They have their own DEX. They have everything. They come out with games, and they are not the best games, but you know, that's development. They have so much to go for, man. So the first big target for Falcon Forge, yeah, that's around $2.55, and maybe that's just the bottom for Falcon Forge. However, if we break that, then we get around $2, and if we break that, yeah, then it's somewhere between 150. Give or take. But Falcon Forge Bitcoin pair, let's take a look at that, because we are sitting at some tight support here as well. If we break that, yeah, we can come down another 23%, and at the lowest point 32%. And on this chart there is not much to go off, but it doesn't mean that, yeah, here we go, because we have another chart, of course, right? And here we go. If we look at some previous support, yeah, you can see that this area right here is basically the last support, and that's a long way down for Falcon Forge, right? First target is around 50% down. Second last target, in my opinion, is around 66% down for Falcon Forge. So if you can buy your Bitcoin already, and if you can later on, if you see these levels, right, and you buy them with your Bitcoin, I think you have a great buy right there. It's not financial advice. Don't do it because I say so, but I am going to do it. Let me put it like that. However, you also see a Fibonacci level right here, and the Fibonacci level shows us that the 1.618, which is always a very important level and gets hit a lot of times, a lot of the time. That's coming in at around 13,000 satoshis. Know that we are now sitting at 1600. Okay, so if that happens, then Falcon Forge could go up against its Bitcoin pair 7x, right? 7x against Bitcoin. That's a lot, right? But you have to remember, I will be surprised if Bitcoin at least does a 10x coming cycle. So that's a 7x on Bitcoin, but if Bitcoin on dollar also makes a 10x, that's a 70x on Falcon Forged. Don't get me wrong, in the bull market, bro, and sometimes you will hear these things and you'll be like, man, what the fuck are you talking about? It happened every bull market, right? In a bull market, you'll be surprised what happens, right? Just as like in a bear market. But then the positive way, right? We can talk about 50, 100x's, and they do happen on the low risk projects. It happens, right? So that's for Falcon Forge. Another one, the last one that's pretty interesting to me is Seedify, and Seedify is not doing so well at the moment. I'm gonna be totally honest about that. I made a video about Seedify, dropped it yesterday, so go check that out. It's purely dedicated to Seedify. It's a very interesting video to look at, because it's just not a very good performer right now. I'm gonna be honest about that. Let me take a look. Why is this chart looking so ridiculously stupid? Whatever. Seedify, it had its June low on the 13th of June of 90 cents. And then it had a relief rally to $3.20. So that's the cool thing about Seedify. Seedify, like I said in yesterday's video as well, it is 100% dependent on the market. If the market does a little well, Seedify does terribly good, right? But if the market just does a little meh, CeDeFi goes down a lot as well, because they have to release projects, right? And projects are not going to release in a bear market. So if they don't release, then CeDeFi temporarily doesn't have a use case, right? And then nobody wants to buy it. That's why you should buy it, right? So I'm very curious, like, can we still, if it holds 85 cents, and I'm shooting this video one day before, so maybe the price already lower, but if it holds around this level, can we look at this like a double bottom? It's like not perfect, but then again, damn dude, if you zoom out, it's a pretty decent double bottom if you ask me, right? That could be a good sign, right? That could definitely be a good sign. But CeDeFi, what I think, in my honest opinion about this, let me take a real quick look what I can make of this. Yeah. All right. So the first big support level for CeDeFi, if it doesn't hold this around 85 cents area, is around 75 cents. And if it breaks that, then there's not a lot between there and 60 cents, give or take. And yeah, it could definitely go lower from there, of course. I mean, 30 cents is also definitely possible. I mean, everything is possible in a bear market. And CeDeFi is my biggest bag. At least it was my biggest bag, but thank you, bear market. But it was my biggest bag, and I am definitely going to buy more. And sometimes it's hard. Like sometimes it maybe now I can do two things, right? I can say like, okay, I draw my lines and I trust my instinct and I think it's going to go lower, so I'm not going to buy right now. If that happens, I have a very good entry. If it does go up, right? I don't want to be here like, fuck, I had such a great buying opportunity. Why didn't I just bought a little, right? So I'm considering dollar costing a bit in CeDeFi already at these prices, because we are now sitting at prices we haven't seen since August 2021, right? That's nearly at the beginning, right? So the risk on CeDeFi is the lowest basically almost it has ever been, right? I mean, I bought here, I bought here, I bought here, so why wouldn't I buy here? So that's for CeDeFi when it comes to the price going down. When it comes to the price going up, like I said, CeDeFi basically almost outperformed every coin in this small relief rally. Bitcoin did a 40% pump, right? And CeDeFi had a 270% pump, right? That's what CeDeFi does. So if Bitcoin finally sees some relief in Q1, CeDeFi could definitely just go back, right? And I think CeDeFi could do really well. The chart shows us around $18. I don't want to look at that. That's also what I said in that video of yesterday, because that's not like, if we go back to the all-time high, that's not what's going to happen, because the market cap is different. There were more tokens in circulation right now than there were back then, right? And that's because people staking it, some token unlocks are happening, and it's not that bad. But you know, the all-time high market cap was $350 million. It's now sitting at a tenth of that, give or take, right? So if we go up again from here and we go back to the all-time high, there's a 10x, which is around $8, right? Not 18. So that's a big difference right there. However, can it go back to its all-time high? Bro, I think it was $350 million market cap. I think it could go to around $1 billion. So around our previous price all-time high, that would be a new technical all-time high in the top of the next bull run. But I think that so around $18, $20 is doable for CeDeFi. So a good 20x maybe on CeDeFi is definitely possible. And most money is not even sitting in the token itself. It's on the projects that they release, right? If they release projects in the bull market, you have to have one project that you participate in and it's done. So yeah. Very interesting if you ask me. That's kind of it for now. The video takes too long, so I want to wrap it up right here. If you like the video, like the video. If you have an opinion about this, leave a comment. If you have not turned on the bell notification, click bling, ding, ding, dong, dong, done. And I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.